Hello, welcome to all. I am Sachin Sambhaji Patil. I welcome to all of you for the session. So in this session we are going to see the amplifier. Okay. So once again I would like to welcome to all of you for the session. So what is amplifier? So amplifier, it is an electronic circuit which amplifies a small input signal is called as an amplifier. So amplifier means it is a circuit which can amplifies means which can improve the strength of input signal, which can increase the strength of input signal. A small input signal means which is the increasing the strength of input signal. Amplifies means increasing the voltage level of input signal, voltage of the input signal. Okay, that is the amplifier. So amplification is the process of adding strength or magnifying input signal without changing its shapes. So without changing in shape of the input signal, there is a amplifying or magnifying the input signal is called as amplification. So amplification, it is a process of adding strength or magnifying input signal without changing its shape is called as amplification. It is a process. It is a process of adding strength or increasing the strength of input signal is called as amplification. So we can see in this figure. So this is the amplifier, which is consist of this is the block diagram of amplifier, which is the input signal is given here. This is the amplifier block. This is load resistor RL is connected here. Okay, and we are getting output. Okay, here. So this is the input signal is nothing but it may be any kind of voice, okay, television picture, okay, any information signal, and that signal we have to this given to the amplifier block. So this amplifier block consists of any active device, the active component, that is transistor or operational amplifier, which amplifies the strength of input signal or magnifying the strength of input signal and increasing the voltage level of the signal. We can see this is the signal is changing with respect to time, and this is the voltage of the signal. Okay, this is the voltage level of the signal, and this is with respect to time t. So this amplifier block increasing the voltage of the input signal. So changing the voltage of the input signal, amplifying or magnifying the strength of input signal is called as amplifier. So we are getting amplified output signal here, and this we are getting across the load resistor RL, okay, which is connected at output of amplifier. So what are the amplifiers input signals are there? The input signal, that is signal which is given to amplifier to increase the voltage level. Okay, signal which is given to the amplifier to increasing the voltage level is called as input signal. So input signal, a signal which is given to amplifier to increase in voltage level of signal is called as input signal. So this signal is given to the amplifier. Okay, it may be voice signal, or it may be microphone signal, it may be tape head signal, or it may be music signal. Okay, so these signals are given to the amplifier block, and that amplifier block will be amplifies the or increasing the strength of input signal we are getting at the output. So next is an amplifier load, that is output load. The output load can be a load speaker in an audio amplifier. So amplifier signal is available across the load. So amplifier signal is available across the load, and we are getting the output across the RL. So what is need of amplification? Actually amplification करण्याची गरज काय आहे? What is need of amplification? If you not do amplification, what will happen? So you have seen the public address systems, or you have seen the in Ganesh festival, Ganpati festival, you have seen the there is a microphone and speaker, and in between the microphone and speaker there is an amplifier. So what is the role of the amplifier? The input signal produced by source of sound such as tape head or microphone. So microphone is converting the sound signal. Sound is a longitudinal waves which consist of compression and rarefaction in the air medium. Okay, there are two kind of waves. One is longitudinal waves and transversal waves. Okay, longitudinal waves consist of compression and rarefaction, and transversal waves having the that is the like sine waves. Okay, and the compression rarefaction signal take place in the longitudinal waves. Okay, so in that waves, what is happening? There is a, when the longitudinal waves incident on the microphone diaphragm, the diaphragm which is converting the signal into the electrical equivalent signal, because microphone consists of magnet and it is working on the Faraday's electromagnetic law of induction. As we know that if the three fingers are perpendicular to each other, we know this law, the three fingers are perpendicular to each other. If the sound, this is supposed indicating force, okay, and this is indicating magnetic field, okay, so this will be indicating the current flowing through the coil. So if the sound pressure variation take place on the diaphragm and corresponding magnetic field will be in the microphone, and if the two quantity we know that two quantity, we can produce the third quantity can be produced automatically. So that is the law of Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. That is a Fleming's, that is left hand rule, we can say, and that is the how the electromagnetic induction take place. So there is a magnet in the microphone, there is sound pressure variation, it is producing the current, okay, in the wire, and we are converting the sound signal to electrical equivalent signal. In the speaker happening the same thing. There is a current, we know the magnetic field, and it will be produce the vibrations, third quantity. So that vibration, it gives the electrical signal to the back to sound signal. So microphone is converting the sound signal, okay, microphone is converting this, okay, sound signal to the electrical signal because of presence of magnetic field, and speaker is converting the electric current to the back to vibrations because of presence of magnet in the speaker. So that is happening in the case of speaker. So amplification is required to increase the amplitude or voltage of signal before amplifying to speaker. So when we are applying the signal to the speaker, before applying the signal to the speaker, we need an amplifier. So why we need an amplifier? Amplifier is required in between the microphone and loudspeaker, because the whatever the signal output of the microphone, it is in the millivolt or microvolt. So that we cannot give to the speaker directly. So that output we cannot, the microphone output we cannot give to the loudspeaker directly. So we need amplifier in between the loudspeaker and microphone, because amplifier is increasing the strength of input signal, it is increasing the amplitude or voltage level of input signal. Okay, that's we need a amplifier, and it is a process of increasing the strength of the input signal. So that is according to the Faraday's electromagnetic law of induction, Fleming's, that is left hand rule. So this is block diagram of amplifier, which consists of this. We can see amplifier voltage gain AV, okay, this is the block present here. This is a plus VDC source of energy which is given to the amplifier. This is the ground is connected here, and this is the input is given here. This is VS source voltage, RS is source resistor, and II input current, RI input resistance, VI input voltage, okay, and here is a load resistor RL across this output amplifier. Vout is output voltage measuring across the RL, okay, this is our output resistance, okay. So we can see here in this figure the signal is changing with respect to time, and this is the VS, that is the signal to be amplified which is given to the amplifier. And after amplification, the amplifier consists of the transistor, operational amplifier, okay, that kind of active component, okay, and that we are using as a transistor as an amplifier, or we can use a common emitter as an amplifier, or we can use as an operational amplifier, okay. And that amplifier which amplifies the input signal, amplifies input signal means what? It will be increasing the voltage level of the input signal. We can see y-axis indicating the voltage and x-axis is indicating the time. So here we can see the change in the voltage, output voltage, change in the output voltage with respect to input voltage. So we can see their output voltage is increasing, okay, and there is a amplify means it is the increasing the strength or increasing the voltage level of the input signal is called as amplifier. This is where getting amplified output signal, amplified output signal with the help of this amplifier voltage, and which is having the gain of AV, okay. Then this is the in order to magnify the input signal Vs, all the amplifier need a source of energy. This may be provided by battery or DC power supply. Any amplifier need a source of energy that is given by DC power supply. Even if you are using the transistor as common emitter, okay. So we need here the supply voltage V that is given to the need for biasing of transistor. So biasing means what? Applying DC voltage source to any semiconductor device is called as biasing. Biasing म्हणजे काय असतं? If you are applying the DC voltage source, आपण DC voltage source एखाद्या सेमीकंडक्टरला दिला तर त्याला काय म्हणायचं? Biasing. It is called as biasing. It can be in case of PN junction diode there is forward biasing, reverse biasing. In case of the transistor there is a biasing is given, and because of biasing transistor operating in the active region. It may be having the different region, that is active region, saturation region, cutoff region, okay. And according to that, for that we need a biasing to set the operating point of transistor. The DC power supply also is essential for biasing the BJT used in the amplifier circuit. म्हणजे याच्यामध्ये DC power supply is also essential. It is needed for biasing of the bipolar junction transistor used in the amplifier circuit. So amplifier should contain the one active device, okay, such as transistor or field effect transistor or operational amplifier, okay, op amp. If transistor is used, it should be biased in an active region. So what is this saying? The amplifier, this is the block of amplifier, okay, this is the block of amplifier. This amplifier block should consist of any active device. It may be transistor or it may be operational amplifier, okay. Active device, okay, active device means what? Which can having capability to supply, okay, which can be capability to supply power. And passive device, passive component which is having capability to absorb power. It may be resistor, it may be inductor, or it may be capacitor. RLC are the passive component, and transistor which is active component which is having capability to deliver power, which is having capability to deliver power is called as active device or active component. So transistor is active, operational amplifier is also active, so that will be present in this block, okay, transistor, operational amplifier in this block. So that if transistor is used, it should be biased in the active region. Suppose we are using a transistor which is having, it should be having biasing. Biasing means what? Biased means applying DC voltage source to any semiconductor, okay, device, that is called as biasing. And the transistor should be in active region. Active region means input should be input forward bias, output should be reverse bias, output junction should be reverse bias. Active region, that very important. So that is regarding of amplifier. So I am very thankful to all of you for watching this video. Keep watching. Please like my video, subscribe my channel. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you.